It's Friday, September 2nd, 2022, a little bit after 1 p.m. and we're getting ready to go out for an afternoon sail, and we're going to spend the night on our mooring after that and come back tomorrow. So it's going to be a nice sail. It's going to be a relatively light air day. The forecasts are calling for 6 to 7 knots from the southwest this afternoon, so should be pleasant, easy sailing today. So, be back in a bit when we get going. Well, we're off the dock and under sail out of Southwest Harbor, right at the entrance to the harbor now. It's light air. We're doing about 3 knots. And that's looking back over toward the Hinckley Company. Their mooring field is almost empty, but they've got about 6 or 7 boats at their dock, probably de-rigging them to haul out. And there's looking straight up the harbor, up Southwest Harbor, and over toward the entrance to Somme Sound, although the entrance is hidden behind Greening Island there. It's a very nice day. It's comfortable. It was a little warm at the dock. It was probably the better part of 70 at the dock, but it's comfortable out here, even with the north wind, which is usually a warm wind. So we're going to head east for a while. The wind is currently north. It's supposed to be southwest. So we'll see. We'll go this way, and if it turns around and starts blowing out of the southwest, we'll go the other way. We're going east. That's Sutton Island ahead, and Great Cranberry off to starboard bow. So it's a very pretty and pleasant day for early September here on the Great Harbor of Mount Desert Island, Maine. Well, right now we're in between Sutton Island to the north and Great Cranberry to the south. It's been a very light air sail so far, but the boat is moving around a lot right now, as you can see, because we're getting hit by wakes from power boats that pass quite a long ways from us, but their wakes still hit you. And as you can see by watching the jib, there's not enough wind to keep the jib full as the boat pitches and rolls around. So we're making a bit over 2 knots right now, and hopefully the wind will pick up. It started to fill back in, still out of the north though. It was supposed to be south, and if you look at the water, you can see it's just choppy as all get out here, with wakes going every which way. We'll see what happens. Well, the wakes got pretty crazy there for a while. We're making almost 3 knots, and then we got hit by wakes from about 6 boats, several large pleasure boats, 100-footers, and several lobster boats, and basically one big lobster boat wake stopped us cold. Now the wind is starting to pick up a little. At least it's steady again. It's kind of northwest now. And as you can see, we're a little closer to Great Cranberry Harbor. While we were sailing out here, and getting pitched around, I was watching some of the sailboats in there, and they were rolling about 20 degrees in the wakes. So very, very uncomfortable over there when there's a lot of boat traffic. And out here, looking out past Little Cranberry, between it and Sutton, looking east, you can see there's not a lot of wind out there. I can see a couple sailboats, and they're just kind of sitting there. We're currently making a blazing 2.2 knots on a course of 120 degrees magnetic in light air. And what I'm going to do is sail over to Little Cranberry Harbor, straight ahead, and we'll turn around and see what we can do once we get there. The wind is gradually going more westerly, so more than likely, by the time we get to Little Cranberry, it will be a beat back. But at least that will be a little more comfortable than this run right now. And we should maybe have a little bit more comfortable temperature out here with very light air in the sun. It gets to feel pretty hot. I'd say it's probably pretty close to 70 degrees out here, so it's tough to take this kind of heat here in September on the coast of Maine. And at least there are ripples underwater, so we are going to have a little more wind. Oh, 2.6 knots now. Behind the boat, you can almost see the trail of steam we're going through the water so fast. Anyway, I'll come back when we get a little closer to Islesford Harbor on Little Cranberry Island. Well, we tacked around, and right now we're sailing toward Northeast Harbor, although a bit of Sutton Island is in the way. You can probably see it up there on the bow. So we'll have to tack again unless the wind lets us point up a little more. We were doing well till a big lobster boat wake hit us and actually knocked the bow through the wind a little bit, which was annoying. But you can see a few more boats out, a couple Friendship sloops. There's a large schooner, three-masted schooner, over there towards Southwest Harbor, and a regular sloop. And then nothing out the Western Way. And there's Great Cranberry and Little Cranberry. And not much looking east either. Well, I tacked around because I wasn't going to make it past that gravel bar there. Or if I did, I was going to be so close that any wind shift might have put me right on it. So rather than take a chance, we tacked, and we'll head out into more open water. Well, there seems to be a nice breeze this afternoon. It's still northwest. It was supposed to be southwest, but that's okay. We're clipping along at 4.5 knots, and that's south out the Western Way there. And over here, a little Friendship sloop is the close boat, and the three-masted schooner Ambergris in the distance, and a few other boats sailing. But for the beginning of the holiday weekend, it's not very busy out here. Now, the wind has been all over the place this afternoon. We were back that way about a mile, and we had essentially no wind. Now we've got enough that we have been making 4.5 knots to weather, which is pretty good for a light air day. And we're headed toward Northeast Harbor. We're going almost due north, and we're going to head a ways, then we'll tack and head back towards Southwest Harbor because it's getting to be close to 4 o'clock. And so we're going to just call it a day because the fluky air is just a bit of a pain to sail in, where you'll be sailing along making 4 knots, and 100 yards later you'll be sitting stationary. So it's a little bit annoying. There's not a huge amount of sailboat traffic out. A couple boats out east between Sutton and Mount Desert Island. One big boat who did have his asymmetrical up, but they took it down and they're basically sitting there now. And one boat way south out the Western Way. And that's about it out that way. And one Friendship sloop that's just been sailing around out here like us. So, as we keep going, the sun is going to start getting lower, which means that our return to Southwest Harbor will be pretty much straight into the sun, which is always lots of fun. So it's a pretty day out here, very clear and sharp. About as clear as it's been, but fluky wind has made the sailing a little less than exciting. Well, we're back on the mooring. Strongest winds we encountered all day. We're in the final half mile back into Southwest Harbor. And it's now blowing harder here out of the sort of west-southwest at the mooring than it did pretty much any time when we were out sailing. So go figure, just the way it goes. It's supposed to calm down tonight and be almost flat calm in the morning when we'll head back to the marina. Anyway, hope you enjoyed coming along for a few minutes of sailing on the Great Harbor of Mount Desert Island, Maine on September 2nd, 2022. Thanks for watching.